Fey creatures of the wilderness, the Sylvaneth can appear capricious or cruel to some. But really, we are the offspring of the goddess Alarielle, beings of nature, creatures of life magic whose flesh and sinew are crafted from the living boughs of the wildwood. And though our motivations may seem inconstant, our deeds whimsical and strange, we are beings that safeguard the natural cycles of the mortal realms and cleanse the land of that which taints it.
Sometimes I'm asked, why do you follow the god of plague, despair, and decay? It always makes me laugh, and I say, how do you know that your god even loves you? They usually say something like, it's not my place to be loved by a god. So I just ask another question. What do you think it feels like to be loved by a god? Gets me every time.
Hey, welcome to Saga of Dice. So we're playing 2,000 points of Age of Sigmar. We're going to do the battle plan survival of the fittest. So I'm bringing 2,000 points of Sylvaneth, and Rob is bringing 2,000 points of Nurgle. And remember to hit subscribe, and we'll see you after deployment. All right, so as I mentioned, we're playing survival of the fittest. So what we have are 3 objectives across the diagonal here. And it's the usual, score 1, score 2, score more. But in addition, in this scenario, you also get to pick 3 predator units on each side. So I've chosen Alarielle, Durthu, and the 3 Scythe Hunters to be my predator units. And what happens is, if I kill one of Rob's predator units with one of mine, then I get an extra point that round for doing so. And then Rob, which are your predator units?
I've chosen for Rodigus, the Rainfather, to be one of my predator units, along with the other 2 great unclean ones that I have in my army, also being predator units. Alrighty, so this army list has been brought to me by Andy Hughes, who brought it to the Blood Tithe GT. I saw it on the team tournament on the online thing. I thought it looked really cool, so I figured I'd try it myself. So this is a 1985 point army with the Munificent Wanderers keyword or faction for the Maggotkin of Nurgle. Starting off, I've got Rodigus and I've got the Glotkin. They are here in this army as part of the Warlord detachment. They also have a unit of Plague Bearers in there with them, along with a Sloppity Bile Piper and a Skaven Plague Priest who knows the heal spell. On top of that, I have my General who has the Bile Blade and the Doomsday Bell. He has the Levitate spell, and he also happens to have the Wither Stave. That makes him my General. Right, and my second great unclean one there has the Plague Flail and Bile Blade, or Bile Sword, and he's got Flaming Weapon as his spell. He also has the Muck Talon, which gives him a +1 to hit heroes. Yes, and then finally rounding it out in the Hunters of the Hearthlands, I have 2 units of Plague Bearers, the ones over here on the far side, and the ones hanging out here in the middle. That is my army at 1985. Let's see how it does.
All right, so for Sylvaneth, we're playing the Winterleaf subfaction, which is a really simple subfaction. Essentially, any 6s to hit in combat are going to be exploding. And so what I've got is Durthu, so he's my general, and so he has the command trait that comes with Winterleaf, which is My Heart is Ice. And so every time he takes a wounded combat on a 5-up, the attacking unit takes a mortal wound. He also has the Frozen Kernel, which is my only artifact, and what that allows me to do is double pile in. It can either be him or any unit that's wholly within 18 inches of him. So then, other than Durthu, I have the Tree Lord Ancient, and he has the Regrowth spell, and then I have Alarielle as well, and she needs no explanation really. And then I've got 3 Scythe Hunters right there in front of Durthu, and I've got 3 units of Dryads, which I'm using to shield my army. And then hiding out in the back here, I've got 5 Tree Revenants. And I've just got the 1 Battle Regiment, which is the Ancient, and then all the little guys. And so it's a 3-drop army coming out at 1995 points.
I guess we'll be back for the...
We'll be back with turn 1 in just a moment.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so for my turn 1, I have gotten to go first because I have 9 drops and Andy only has 2. One thing I forgot to mention is that the Glotkin knows the Blades of Putrefaction spell, and Rodigus knows Glorious Afflictions. So those are all wonderful spells that they know. So to start off, I'm going to pick my battle tactic of Ferocious Advance. I'm going to pick the Great Unclean one with the bell, the Great Unclean one with the sword, and the Plague Bearers that are hanging out by them in order to complete that particular battle tactic. I'm also going to go into my heroic action to try and get the Glotkin a command point, which I get. So that's excellent.
Okay, I will try to roll to give Alarielle a command point, which I get.
Nice. All right. And that will lead into my hero phase where I begin blowing those command points that I just got. So first of all, I'll use the one that I just got for Glotkin to activate Lord of Nurgle, which gives everybody within a certain range +1 attack. I'm also going to use that on nobody else at the moment. And that will go on to magic time. So, first of all, I'll have Rodigus try and cast the Deluge of Nurgle. This goes off on a 7+. I roll 7 dice if I succeed. And that'll go off on a 10. Would you like to stop that?
Yeah, sure, I will. So where is it coming from?
So it's coming from Rodigus over here in the far corner.
Okay, let's see. Yep, I'm in range with the Tree Lord. I'll give it a go. Nope, you got it.
All right, so I'm rolling 7 dice, and any 4 pluses I roll, or excuse me, I have to check his damage table. Let's see if I get any numbers that are good. All right, so he's actually managed to successfully cast the spell, unlike the last time that I've done it, and the Deluge of Nurgle will be hitting on 4s or better. So we'll get those lower dice out of there. So he's hit twice. So I get to pick the targets for these spells to crash down on, and they do a D3 mortal wounds for whatever is beneath them. So I will pick the unit of Scythe Hunters.
Yep.
And I'll also pick the Tree Revenants.
Great.
All right, so on the Tree Revenants, we're doing 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
And on the Scythe Revenants, we've done 3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Okay, that means that we'll move on to other spells here. I will try casting Glorious Afflictions from Rodigus onto that team of Dryads that are out front. This will activate on a 5+, and if it succeeds, it halves their move, their run, and their charge. He's double boxcarded there, or excuse me, just regular boxcarded, so it's going off on a 12.
Okay, I cannot unbind that.
Alrighty, I will just put a little scatter dice here on those boys there.
On these Dryads?
Those Dryads there.
Yeah,
please.
great.
Perfect. Okay, so that's Rodigus, and then we've got Blades of Putrefaction coming off of the Glotkin. This is going to activate on a 5, or excuse me. Sorry, I'll cast Fleshy Abundance onto the Plague Bearers that are beside them. This goes off on a 7+. It does not on a 4. And that is not great for them. Sorry, just one moment. I have to look up the Blades of Putrefaction. All right, so the Glotkin is going to cast Blades of Putrefaction into that unit of Plague Bearers that's hanging out beside him. He needs to activate this on a 7, and it'll activate on a 9, and that'll give him mortal wounds on 6s to hit in addition to any here.
From there, I don't think I have any more. Oh, is that 30 inches, or no, is that out? It looks out.
Looks a little out to me,
okay, yeah, you got
unfortunately.
it.
All right, so those guys now have the buff, which is a wonderful thing for them. I'll just put a little, there it is, I want myself. Bing. Okay, I've got the Great Unclean one here with the bell. He's going to cast Levitate onto the Great Unclean one with the sword. This will activate on an 8, which is not what I rolled, so that won't happen at all. He's also going to put Arcane Shield onto the one with the blade, and that will activate on a 5. Or no, wait. Yeah.
That's Arcane Shield.
Mystic Shield.
Mystic Shield coming from this guy?
From this guy.
From that guy? Okay, yeah, I can unbind Alarielle.
Very nice.
Or try to. I got an 8.
That'll do it. Pew. All right, then I'll just cast Arcane Bolt on the Bioblade Great Unclean one. See, that will go off on an 8.
Okay, I'll try to unbind Alarielle. That's a 7, you got it?
Nice. I'll just put a little yellow dice there so I remember that's charged up and waiting. And the last thing is going to be Flaming Weapon onto the Bioblade itself. That will activate on a 7.
Okay, I'll try to unbind with my last one from Alarielle. I've got an 8.
Nice, that'll shut it down. Okay, that means that is pretty much all of my hero phase, so we're on to movement, and we'll come back right after that.
Great.
Okay, we are back after the movement phase. It has mostly consisted of Nurgle moving onto the various objectives as best and as speedily as their massive plague feet can carry them. I have also completed my ferocious advance with my 3 indicated units, and then we can go on to the shooting phase. Unfortunately, all my stuff is out of range, so the only thing that's left is to possibly do a charge with the Great Unclean one towards those dryads, which I believe might work on a 12.
Which, this one here?
Yes.
Yeah, probably, let's see. That's a 9.
With an 11. Oh, no, yeah, 12.
Nope, definitely a charge. Definitely a 12. Definitely a 12. All right.
All right, here we go.
Big money on the 12. No, he doesn't love it. It is
not a 4.
Yeah, it is merely average. It is not a 12-inch charge. All right, that means that's the end of my turn 1, and we're over to Andy's for turn 1.
Well, but right before we do that, though, I'm going to spend Alarielle's command point to auto-pass Battle Shock with the Tree Revenants.
Oh, yes, right.
And then scoring-wise, you score 1, score 2, score more, so you get 3 points. And your Battle Tactics, you get 5 points.
Thank you so much.
All right, so heading into Sylvaneth Turn 1. So what I'm going to be doing is Ferocious Advance. So I'm going to be running 3 units. I'm going to run the Tree Lord Ancient and the Dryads and the Cone of Hunters with Scythes as well. So that's going to be my battle tactic. And then for my heroic action, I'm going to try to generate a CP with Alarielle, so I'll roll that right now. And I get it. Did you want to roll for 1 too?
I do. I'll put that on the Bioblade. That is not going to work.
All right. Okay, so we'll go into other hero phase stuff. So the Tree Lord Ancient can do something called the Heed the Spirit Song. So he can essentially give +1 to save for units within 12. So I'm just going to spend a command point for that right now, and I'm going to put this token on, even though it's not quite the right token, but we're good. So there's that. And the other thing is that once per game he gets to summon a wood for free. So I'm just going to summon a wood. Let's just do one of these fellas here, and I think that can just go right here. It's going to go right there. So that's going to be my wood. And so then we're into spell casting. So Alarielle is going to try to cast Throne of Vines. So that goes off on an 8 if you want to try to stop it, Rob.
I certainly do. I'll try and stop it with my Bioblade one, and he's going to stab himself in the gut to give himself +1 for the roll on this. But he will take a mortal wound as a result. That's not going to do anything for him, though.
All right.
So enjoy your Throne of Vines.
Okay, I'm just going to use this token for Throne of Vines.
Can you not 5-up shrug that?
I don't believe so, because it's self-inflicted. Keep going.
Okay, So then she is going to do her damage spell, which has a range of 16. So she's going to, it's Metamorphosis, so she's going to cast that on this guy right here.
All right.
She gets +2 to cast now. So she gets an 8 + 2 is 10, if you want to try to unbind.
I certainly do. He'll jab himself in the gut again because it's funny.
Yep.
And that'll do it on a 9, which is not enough.
All right, so I roll 10 dice, and every 3 up is a mortal wound on him. So that is 6 mortal wounds on this guy right here.
Spicy. All right, I've got a 5 plus blubber and bile save to negate those.
Okay.
How fat is he? Not very fat, apparently. He's on a lean program here. That's not good. Ooh. Okay. Ow. Well, you metamorphosized him pretty darn good there.
So then I'll cast Mystic Shield as her last spell. And that goes off on an 8 + 2 is 10.
It's okay, buddy. I got this one. Number 9? That's not enough for that, is it?
Okay, so she's got Mystic Shield. And so then I get spells with the Tree Lord Ancient. So he's just going to do an Arcane Bolt, I think. So he gets the... it does not go off on a 4. And then Alarielle does get a healing, so she's going to heal D3 on the Scythe Hunter there, so they get back 2 wounds. So they've only taken 1 now. And then I'm ready to go into the movement phase. All right, so I finished movement, and so to get my battle tactic, I ran these 3 units. So they're all good. I just moved up Durthu. I ran these 2 units of Dryads as well to capture the objective. And then I did move up Alarielle to go after the general there. And so she's up here. And she summoned also 3 sword hunters as well. So they're kind of ready to come on as well. So I'm just going to go into shooting. It's going to be pretty quick shooting. So Alarielle is going to shoot at your general. Did you want to spend a CP for all-out defense?
I believe I would love to.
Okay. All right. Okay, so she hits on a 2 and wounds on a 2. Wounded. So Ren 2.
Ren 2. All right. All right. That's not going to do it.
So 6 damage.
6 damage. Hachi machi. All right, we're saving that on 5s and 6s with our blubber and bile. 2 save, 4 go through. So that'll put me at 12.
All right, and then Spirit of Durthu has a range of 15. So he's just going to go for these guys over here.
Oh, my plague bows.
So he gets 6 shots. And so he'll be hitting on 4s. I might as well.
5s actually, because
5s?
they're -1 to hit.
Okay, I'll spend a CP to do all-out attack with his shooting. So back to 4s. So he hits with 4 of those, and then he's wounding on 3s. So that is 3 saves at rend 1 for them.
3 saves at 1 rend means they're going to be saving on 5s because they're close to a hero. So that is 2 saves and 1 goes through.
Okay, so D3 damage for 1 damage.
All right, and I've got a 5+ disgustingly resilient on that. Nice, saved it.
Made it. All right, so then we can just go straight into charge phase. There's going to be 2 charges. So one is Alarielle. She's going to charge into your general.
Go ahead. I'm going to use Unleash Hell on her as well.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So she got a 5, so she's going to be in.
All right, and I've got D6 shots at her. Oh yeah, the big 6. Here we go. We're going to hit her on 3s normally, but 4s because Unleash Hell, and we'll be wounding her on 3s. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. All right, and then wounding 3s. So that is 3 at -2 rend for 1 damage apiece.
Okay, so Rachel's got Mystic Shield, so he's on a 2, so that goes back up to a 4. So 1 save to go through. How much
Very
damage?
nice. Just 1 damage apiece.
1 damage each. Okay, great. So she has taken 2 wounds. She gets to do her impact hits. See what happens with those. So I rolled a 6, so she does D6 impact hits
All right, let's see it.
for 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds. Okay, I've got Blubber and Bile, and because you're now in the it's only in the combat. It is the
It's charge phase, yeah.
All right, 5s and 6s. No, those go through, so that's 2 you said?
Yeah, 2.
And we'll add 2 more to the count.
And then I'm going to try I've got a 9-inch charge with the Sword Hunters. And I rolled a 3, so that's not going to be enough.
You can CP it if you want.
I could CP it. No, I'm good. I've got 1 here. Alarielle has 1. I guess there's no point in saving it because she only needs 1 CP in the combat phase.
You
So
don't need any if you're doing Titanic Duel.
yeah, so I'll spend my CP to re-roll that. Nope, 7. Okay, so then at the end of the charge phase, we do monstrous actions. So I am going to do Titanic Duel.
What a coincidence. I will also do Titanic Duel.
All right, so we're going into the combat phase. So we're both Titanic dueling each other. I'm going to spend Alarielle's last CP to. She has an ability where she can reroll 1s to wound.
Handy.
Rob, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm going to use my command point for all-out defense on my Plague Lord.
All right, great. So I will be hitting on 2s and 6s are exploding.
Great. And any ones you get are a mortal wound back at you.
Okay. So I got all hits, and then I'm wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s. So they're all wounds. So 4 saves at rend 2, which goes down to rend 1.
Right.
And you're on a 4-up.
Yep, so
you
with
go-
my defense, that's 3 up.
3 ups, so then you're back to 4 ups. Yeah. So 4 4-ups.
Let's see what we got. For Nurgle. 1 save, 3 go through.
So that's 15 wounds.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay.
I forgot about her. She haunted my dreams for a little while after that Deepkin game.
So we got our Blubber and Bile back at you. We're saving on 5s and 6s. Any
Okay.
6s I get are mortal wounds back at Alarielle for her massive squishy nastiness.
All right.
So that is 3 mortal wounds back.
Okay.
Otherwise I save 2 more, 3 more. And then 9 go through and destroy them.
Okay.
All right. There you go. That's your new model syndrome for you. He was just finished this afternoon.
Great paint job though.
Thank you. We'll just put him down yonder. Not his face, not his rear. It's hard to tell with Nurgle, but you know, you want to get the pretty side.
It was his rear, right?
Yeah, sure, why not? Am I close enough there to pile in and attack?
I tried to stay out, but if I'm in, then I'm.
Just one by like a hair. I don't know.
Yeah, you're in.
You're in?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we'll move these guys in and we'll be right back in just a moment. All right, so we're back. We've got our Nurgle Plague Bearers piled in. We've got 2 attacks at Alarielle with their Plague Swords because of the range. These are hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, and they completely miss. So that's all for my combat. Over to you.
Yeah, I'm done. So we're into scoring. So I will get my battle tactic for 2, score 1, score 2, score more for 5, and then I killed a monster for 6.
And a Predator.
And I killed a Predator unit with one of my Predator units, so that's 7, I think. Yeah.
Very nice. Congratulations.
All right, and then should we roll for turn 2?
I think we better.
Big money, big money.
You win ties.
Yes, I do. So I will go first next.
All right.
We'll be right back with that in just a moment. Okay, welcome back for the start of turn number 1. First of all, 2-2. Ah, boy, they hit me so hard right in my general, I completely forgot what was going on. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to pick the Conquer battle tactic for myself. And I'm going to make my heroic action, this great unclean one, have his finest hour.
And which one are you conquering?
I'm going to conquer that one over there.
All right. What's his best rend?
His best rend?
Yes.
Right now? Well, his best rend is dead. Oh no, that's his best friend that's dead now. His best rend is -2.
Okay, I will do finest hour on Alarielle.
Okie dokie. Righto. So with that all done, we've got some magic casting that we're going to do, but we've also got the cycle of corruption, which ticks forward for me. So now it is the burgeoning. Roll a dice at the start of each unit within one terrain feature at the start of my hero phase. On a roll of 5 or more, the unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Nurgle units will heal 1 wound instead. Okay. So what's within range of a thing of terrain? So Alarielle is. Let's see if she gets it. No. The Dryads. Yes, they will take 1 mortal wound. The Durthu? No. The Scythe Hunters? Yes, 1 mortal wound for them. Can you tell this is an older edition army?
I was just thinking that.
I'm just over here cranking the jack in the box, waiting for the to pop. And the last set of Dryads, no, they're not taking any troubles either. All the rolling, so much rolling. How much rolling? All the rolling.
Is it any terrain feature?
Yes, but
Sword hunters.
Sword Hunters, excellent point. Let's see if they get one. Nope, they're fine. But good to know they're there. I almost forgot about you sneakies.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So Rodigus is going to start up with his crazy stuff again. Once again, he's going to try casting the Deluge of Nurgle. Oh, I can't see what that is.
It's a 1.
It's a 1, so that'll activate on a 7.
Okay, and that's coming from
Rodigus.
Rodigus. I'll try to unbind with Alarielle.
Sounds
Sorry,
good.
pardon me, the Ancient.
The Ancient.
And I rolled a 7, no, so you get it.
All right, so once again, we're going to roll 7 dice, and since he's taken no wounds, once again, on 4s, he is going to have mortal wounds rain down upon enemy units. Oops. Yes. Here we go. So he's got 3 units that are going to take mortal wounds of the D3 variety. He's going to dump 1 onto the Tree Revenants. They're going to take 3.
Oh, they're dead?
Bloop.
Whoa.
We're going to hit the Scythe Hunters. They're going to take 1. And I'll throw a big Duke at Alarielle too, because it's funny. That's 1.
All right.
Bloop. We're also going to cast Glorious Afflictions from Rodigus once again, and that is going to go right into those Dryads. So this will activate on 10.
That's coming from
Rodigus.
that guy over there. Yeah, you got it. I can't unbind.
Okie dokie. So yes, they are now enjoying the wonderful world of Glorious Afflictions. There we go. Okay, Glotkin's going to start casting. He's going to cast Blades of Putrefaction onto himself and see how that does. This will activate on 9.
That's coming from
The Glotkin.
The Glotkin. Oh, I'm in range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
All right.
With Alarielle, I got an 8. You got it.
All right, so that will mean that he now has Blades of Putrefaction, and he's also going to cast a Fleshy Abundance into that posse of the Plague Bearers following behind him, which will not work on a 6. That just leaves my last boy over here. He's going to cast Flaming Weapon on himself. This will activate on a 6.
Okay, I'll try to stop that with Alarielle. 7.
Nicely done. And I'll put Arcane Bolt on myself too. This will activate on a 5. Oh no, wait. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5 works. I'll try to stop it. Last unbind. I got it on a 7.
Nicely done. No magic there, which means we're just going to have to go onto the magical world of punching stuff after my movement phase. Boop. Okay, we're back with the movement. I've had some Plague Bearers shuffle forward here alongside Rodigus and the Glotkin. I had these boys array for battle against those nasty, nasty Dryads. He managed to shuffle forward over the ruined, flabby corpse of his buddy. And the Plague Bearers are basically trapped in combat, so they're not going anywhere. That means we're going right on to the shooting phase, which means I'm going to unleash another massive, noxious belch and bile at that Alarielle. We're going to shoot her 4 times. And we're going to be hitting on...
I'm going to do all out defense. Do you have any rend on that?
Red -2.
I'll do all out defense.
All right. So we are hitting... I'm going to say that is probably...
You said 3s.
Yeah. So those are twice hits and 2 wounds at -2 rend.
Okay, so she's right now +3 to save, so she's on 2s. So she's good.
Good on her. Okay, and then the Dryads over here are going to get to drink from the Glotkin's fire hose. Fires 1 shot. That's a hit, and it wounds on a...
I'm going to say 2.
I'm going to guess 2. Do I have any other guesses? It's 4.
Oh, old book.
Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, so that just leaves charging time. Yes, so I'll start off leading the way with the Glotkin. Glotkin's going in for 4.
Yep. You can just put the dice next to him if you want, and then
I'll just
roll your charges.
That's how math works. Rodigus is also going to charge in. He's got a 5, which is probably not quite going to make it.
Oh, it's going to be close. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
does
he's
have
in.
an inch.
Yeah.
Nice, good job on you, Roddy.
Yep.
Roddy, beat them up. All right, and then I've got Plague Bearers over here that are going to charge that line of Dryads, and that's going to work on a 7. And the title fight, the Big Nasty, he's going to try and charge as well, and he's going 9, which should be enough. Oh, yeah. You killed my brother. Now it's time to die. Oh, yeah. All right. We'll move the rest of the models, and we'll come right back in just a moment.
All right.
So at the end of the charge phase, I get to possibly do impact hits for my mountains of blubber and bile that are smashing into those nasty, nasty Dryads. So Rodigus is going to be doing mortal wounds on a 4+, I suspect. Yes, let's do that. So yes, he's going to do D3 mortal wounds for a 1 whole mortal wound.
All right. I'll take this guy off here.
And for the Glotkin as well. No, that will not do it. And then possibly 1 for crashing into Alarielle. Yes, D3 for 1 whole mortal wound.
All right. She's taking 7.
She knows she's been in a bit of a fight, but it's not getting quite in there the way we want it to go yet. All right.
And then potentially you take damage from the trees.
From the trees, potentially, yes.
So because you're in range of a wizard there, so it's going to be on a 4-up.
Right on.
So nope.
Okay.
And then we got monstrous actions.
Yes.
You pick your monster first.
Well, this guy's going to take Titanic Duel.
Okay. I am also going to take Titanic Duel on Alarielle.
All right. I will take a stomp with the Glotkin. No, he's not going to stomp.
Stomps on 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it stomps on 2.
Yeah. So then D3 mortals.
Shows you how often I get to play with monsters. So it's 2
Two.
more.
All right.
2 more crushing blows.
I'll leave this guy here, and then I'll take these guys here.
Keep them on the objective.
And
Yeah.
then your go.
Yeah, I did my monstrous actions.
Oh,
so,
yeah, okay, you're
Yeah, so
too
we're into
far
the
away.
we're into the combat phase.
Rodigus is going to roar at the Dryads as well.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You're on a 3-up.
Nope, that one. This is
No.
all right. Cool. Then we're going to organize combat. We'll be right
Did you?
back for that.
Yeah, you got to do a finisher charges.
Oh, I
as
do, don't I?
Yeah, you got to move those guys
do
in.
that too.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that and just be right back.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. We are going with the yes, the Great Unclean one. He's going to be fighting with his Bioblade first. It's the Muck Talon, so it gets +1 when it's fighting heroes. And then because we were on Titanic Duel, that gives him another +1, correct? Or
The maximum
no?
you can
'Cause
get is
only have
+1. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're hitting on 3s. So that is 2 hits. And wounding on 3s. So that's 2 at -2 for rend.
Okay, so I'm at +3 save right now, so I'll be saving on 2s. So both saved.
Great. And then the Plague Flail. That is 1 hit. And no wound. All right. That just leaves this host of Nurglings that we've got. So those are hitting on 5s and 5s. That's it twice. And 2 wounds. Go Nurglings. All right.
So back, yeah, 2, so saved, yeah.
Perfect. All right, that's all I got. Over to you.
I'll pile in with these dryads here. They've got a reach of 2. So they're just going to move up like this. I think I can get them all in with a range of 2.
Why don't we come back and...
No, I mean,
They're good?
2-inch reach, so...
Cool, okay.
Yep. So that'll be 21 attacks. So 5, 10, 15, 21.
And they're -1 to hit.
That is correct. You are at
Okay.
-1 to hit because they're plague
Okay,
bearers.
so I'll be hitting on 5s, and 6s are exploding. So I'm going to take away the misses.
There's a 2 there as well.
Yeah, okay, so how many 6s? 1, 2, 3, 4 6s, so I get to put 4 back. And then we're wounding you on 4s. So that'll be 7 saves at no rend.
Alrighty, 7 saves at no rend, which is Nurgle's lucky number, meaning we're saving on 4s.
The blessed number.
So that saves 2. Or excuse me, 2 failed, 2 die.
And then do you have a 5 up?
I do. Let's see if we make those. It wouldn't hurt. Or at least it would hurt less.
You don't have to.
I mean, I don't have to, but I did.
Oh,
So, yeah, I'll just slide those boys back in there to continue their sloppity slopping.
Slide is definitely the operative word with them.
Yes, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, let's pause there and I'll go and figure out my next batch of attacks.
All right.
Okay, we're back. The Glotkin's going to go and pile and attack those nasty, nasty dryads. He's at -1 to hit, but he's got his Lord of Nurgle ability on, so that gives him a +1 to all of his attacks. So, first of all, he's going with Girk's Flailing Tendril. This is hitting on 4s, wounding on 2s. Except it's wounding on 5s and 6s because of the -1. So that's 2 hits.
I think you took a 4 out of there.
Yeah, because it...
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Just trying to help.
No worries, I appreciate that. That's 1 wound at -2 rend for 2 damage apiece.
Okay, so right now they're on a 5-up save. They get +1 from him, so that's a 4 -2 is a 6. And nope, that takes damage. How
So
much?
that's 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, I'll take these 2 guys up here.
Boop. All right, then we got Otto's Poison Slick Slide. He's got 4 attacks with this, 3s and 3s, -1 rend, D3 damage. So hitting on 4. So that is 2 hits and 3s. 1 wound at -1.
Okay, so that'll be on a 5. Saved.
Nicely done. And then we've got his Lamprey Maw. This is hitting on 3s, but obviously the 5 will hit. And wounding on 2 plus. So that is at -1 rend.
Okay, so 5s again. Nope, goes through.
All right, and that is a D3 damage. So you can enjoy 3 more damage.
Okay, I'll take off these guys here.
Nom 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 nom.
Phenomenal.
Ba-da-ba-dum.
Okay, back to me.
Yep, over to you.
All right, well, I will do these dryads here. Now, this guy has to probably attack this fella,
Seems about right.
but I can pile in this guy and get closer, and then these guys will go here. So I'll just do the one quickly on him. No minuses to hit, right?
No.
Okay, so they'll be hitting on 4s, nothing, and then that means I've got 8, nice and quick, 8 more guys. 1,
Smooth
2,
even.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 for leader. So these are going to be -1 to hit, so they'll be hitting on 5. That looks like a lot of misses. So I'm just going to take those away.
No 6s either.
No 6.
Oh, one
There's
six.
one 6 there. There's a 5 there. So I put a 6 back, and then I'm wounding on 4s. And 4 saves at no rend on the plague bearers.
Hot diggity.
Saving on 4s. That is all but 1, and then
Wow, this
5
guy's
up
a-
disgustingly resilient.
Okay.
One goes through.
Do I kill one?
You do.
Hey!
Blurp. Well, that's not very sporting. I'll activate Rodriguez next, which means I need a few moments to calculate his attacks.
All right.
Okay, Rodriguez is piled in, and now he's going to divide his attacks accordingly. He's got his gnarlwood rod that he's going to brain that nasty Tree Lord Ancient with, and then he's going to use his fanged maw in his belly and his host of Nurglings to fight those dryads. So I'm going to lead the way with the fanged maw. It gets D3 attacks, and +1 because of the Nurgle, so he's hitting 3. And these are hitting on 3s, which is 4s because of your -1 thing. So that's 2 hits.
Okay.
1 for each of them.
These are on the dryads?
Yes, on the dryads.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're wounding on 2+. That's 1 potential wound.
Rend.
Rend -2 for 2 damage.
Rend -2, so I'll need a 6. Nope.
It's not a 6.
2 damage?
2 damage.
Okay, you killed all the dryads.
That means the Nurglings are dancing around with their little sticky corpses and banging them together and having a grand old time.
Yeah.
The Gnarl Rod is going to attack as well. This is going to be hitting the Tree Lord Ancient on 2s, unless that's also -1.
No.
Okay, hitting him on 2s. Oh yeah, that's the stuff we wanted. And we're going to wound him on 3s at -1 rend. Okay, so that is 5 at -1 rend for the Tree Lord Ancient.
5 at -1, so right now he's on +1 save, so then he'll be back to his 3-ups. So he failed one of those.
So 2 damage for him.
Okay. All right.
Bonk. And then we're over to you.
Well, yeah, I may as well do Alarielle then.
Sure.
So I already spent a CP for her for all-out defense. So I'll just do her attacks. So she's got 4 attacks. And do you want to spend a CP?
I do want to spend my CP on all
so
that
she's
defense.
taken 7 damage, so her Great Ammon's only do 3 damage now.
But also, she's +1 hit because you're Titanic Drill.
Yeah, so she'll be hitting on 2s. And I got 2 6s, so I put 2 dice in there. And then she's wounding on 2s.
Oh, because it's her birthday.
No, she 2s naturally anyway.
Oh.
So that's 5 saves at Rend 2.
Okay, so we're going to be saving that on 3s -2.
Do you ignore?
so
Do
5s.
you ignore some of the Rend? Or
I do ignore some of the rend, so it'll be 4s.
okay.
Once again, 4s Nurgle. So that means that 2 go through. What was the damage on those?
3 damage each.
3 damage each. So that's going to be 6 damage.
Yep.
Yeah. And on 5s or 6s, we ignore that. Right, so I save 1, that means 5 go through.
Okay. And then she's going to do her Talon of the Dwindling, which is going to be hitting on 2s. So that's a miss, but I got a 6. I put 1 back. And then, because it's best day ever, she's going to be wounding on 3s for these. So that's 4 saves at no rend.
4 saves at no rend. All right, 3s are better. 2 saves.
So 2 go through.
Yeah.
Those are just 1 damage each.
Okay, 5s and 6s to ignore with the Disgustingly Resilient. 1 save.
Okay,
and
1 goes
you take
through.
a mortal wound back.
I take a mortal wound back. Okay.
Yes.
And okay, so now the one that goes through, if I roll a 6.
Yep, it
Then
could
you're
kill
slain.
him on the spot.
Okay. I apologize in advance if this is a 6.
No worries, man. That's how the game goes.
No, it's a 4.
It's a 4. She tried, though.
She tried.
tried real
Okay.
hard. She
Alright.
clawed my eye out and everything.
So you've got just
I've got the
these
Plague Bearers and the
over here?
Plague Bearers.
Yeah.
Plague Bearer, Plague Bearer, Plague Bearer. I'm going to figure that out in just a moment. Let's. Okay, so we're back. We're going to have those Plague Bearers go in and fight there. And let's not forget that the Stabbing We Will Go song is still in full effect, giving them all an extra attack. So, this set of Plague Bearers fighting those Dryads over there. We're going to be hitting on 4s. There was no -1 to that, is there?
No.
Okay, so that is 4 hits, and we're wounding on 3s. That is 3 potential wounds with no rend.
And that's on this first unit here?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so they'll be saving on 5s. So, save 1, 2 go through, so I'll take off a couple of guys here.
All right.
And then on the rest of them?
Yes, the rest of them are taking once again on 4s. No, and no. And the rest on 3s. That is 5 at no rend.
5 at no rands. So normally there are 4, but they do get +1 to save because they're in range of the hunters, so they'll be on 3s. So I made them all.
Nice, good job.
So back over to me.
Yes,
I've got the ancient. So he gets 3 attacks with his sweeping blows. No minuses hit or anything, no?
Not with Rodigus, no.
No. Okay, so hitting on 3s. So I got all hits, and then I'm wounding on 3s. So all wound.
Very nice.
So Ren 1.
Okay, so that's 5s and 6s to save, first of all. So he saves 1.
So these are d6 each.
Okay.
So that is 8 wounds.
All right. 5 and 6 is disgustingly resilient, and any 6s I get are mortal wounds back at you. So I just save 1.
Okay.
That's disappointing. So 7 wounds for Roddy.
And then I get my massive impaling talon, where I'm pretty much hoping for a 6. No. And then wounding on a 3. No. Okay.
Okay.
So he's done. I was just going to check if you've still got, actually you've got your plague bearers on Alarielle.
Yeah, I
so
do.
Yeah, do that, yeah.
We'll scoot them forward. Scoot forward, do. Move ahead, do. So that is 7. Hey, what a coincidence.
The blessed number.
Yeah. So we're hitting on 4s. So that's 3. Nope, apparently we're just not hitting that goddess at all. She's scary. We don't want her.
She is scary.
Okay, well, looks like that's going to bring us over to the battle shock phase.
I'm just going to check, did you want to bring yourself into range of them? It's really, it's, like, what do you want to do?
If you want to bring them in, you can fight.
It's over top of your base there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, okay, I'll bring these in. So they can just, basically this guy will be like right here.
All right.
One guy.
One up, just bring in one guy, yeah. So, yeah, so Scythe Hunters get 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. So 1 hit, and then wounding on a 3. Wounds, Ren 2 on this fella.
Okay, the Glotkin saving on 6s then. Nope.
That'll be D3 damage for 2 damage.
All right.
5s and 6s.
Nope.
Oh, he's mortal.
And then at the end of the combat phase, they get to do their things where 4-ups do mortal wounds on him.
Cool.
So he'll take 1 mortal wound.
All right.
I get that even against monsters, hey? Even against monsters?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Step on your toes.
All right, so we're going on to the battle shock then, unless I miss my guess.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a CP to do
Pass.
order pass with these fellas here.
Fair enough. I'm going to roll my dice to see what their battle shock check is on those plague bearers. It is not a failure, and they don't get any back.
So we're going to count up. Obviously, you've taken this one, so you've got your conquer.
Correct.
And then how many models do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so this one's still mine.
Mm-hmm.
You control this one. Mm-hmm. So you'll score 1,
5.
score more. Score 2, score more, so you get 5 points for the round.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. So you're on 10 right now,
That's correct.
and we're going into Sylvaneth Turn 2.
Correct.
We'll be back.
Yeah. Okay, so we're into Sylvaneth Turn 2. And so I've chosen the battle tactic Conquer. So I'm going to try to take this objective off of Rob. And for my heroic action, I'm going to do Finest Hour on Durthu.
I'm also going to do Finest Hour on Rodigus.
All right, sweet. Okay, so then we are into other things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my CP here to give the +1 save bubble from the Tree Lord Ancient. So I'm just going to leave that token on him to represent that. And so then we're going to go into spells. So Alarielle is going to try to cast Throne of Vines. And that goes off on a 5 if you want to try to stop it.
I certainly do with the plague. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
All right. So then she's going to try to do her damage dealing spell Metamorphosis, which goes off on a 7. Nope, does not go up. And then she'll try to do Mystic Shield on herself as well. So that goes off on a 6 if you want to try to unbind.
Do on
Oh,
the
you got it.
9.
Nice. And then I've got one last spell from over here. So he's going to do Arcane Bolt. And that does not go off. All right, so we're into, that's the end of the hero phase, so now I'm into movement, so we'll come back after that. My healing, so Alarielle gets to heal 2d6, so she heals 6, so she's now only taken 2. And then I get to heal d3 on the Scythe Hunters, so they heal 1 back there, so this guy has only taken 2 now. And then I get to heal d3 on the Treelord Ancient. And so he heals 2, so he's good now. So yeah, and then now I'll go into movement phase. All right, so we're into the shooting phase for Sylvaneth. It's going to be pretty straightforward. So Durthu is going to shoot into the, is it the Glotkin?
Glotkin.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So he's got 6 shots, and he is hitting on 4s. No minuses, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, so hitting on 4s. So that is 3 hits, and then he's wounding on 3s. So that's 1 save at rend 1, and your finest hour.
Yeah, so we're saving 4+. Nope, goes through. How much?
D3 for 1 damage.
Okay, 1 extra damage. 4.
And then we've got the Treelord Ancient, so he's going to have to shoot this fella here.
Rodigus.
So he hits on a 2 and wounds on a 3. Wounds, that's rend 1.
Okay, saving on 4. No.
Okay, so that's d6 damage for 6 damage.
Yeah, sure is.
Okay, and then Alarielle is going to shoot this monster here. So she hits on a 2, and she wounds on a 2. So rend 2 on that guy.
Okay. Yeah, that goes through.
6 damage.
Don't you have a...
Yeah,
you have 5
might.
up, yeah.
But let's just say I'm pessimistic about the roll ahead of time. Oh, look at that. I do actually
Yeah.
save 4.
Yeah, so
Wow,
2
good
go
job.
through. Yeah.
All right, we'll just change that around so that that is a 1 and there's 7.
All right, great. So then we're into the charge phase. So I'm going to charge with Durthu. So he gets a 7, so I'm just going to bring him in here. And then I'm going to charge with those sword hunters over there. So they get a 5, so that looks like it's enough. Go around here. So 5 to here, 5 to here, and 5 to there.
Magnets.
Magnets, yes. There we go.
It was the ambrosia.
Okay, so yeah, so then at the end of the charge phase, we have some stuff to go on. So we have potential damage from the tree over here. So that'll be on a 4 up there. So nope, doesn't happen. And then we've got monstrous actions. So I'll go first. I will do Titanic Duel with Durthu.
Okay, I'll do Titanic Duel with Rodigus.
Okay, that's this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try a roar. Yeah, I'll try a roar from this guy on this guy.
Yep.
So on a 3. Nope, doesn't go off.
My great unclean one will roar at Alarielle. No.
And then Alarielle will try to stomp those fellas there. Nope, doesn't go off.
The Glotkin will try stomping the scythe hunters. That'll work. For 3 mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds. Okay, so that'll kill this guy. Okay, so then at the start of the combat phase, any of your units that are within 3 inches of a tree lord, on a 4-up they fight last because of ground shaking stomp.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll roll for this guy on a 4-up. So no, and then I'll roll for this guy on a 4-up. Yes, so he fights at the end of the phase.
All right.
So then I'm going to go with Durthu, and I'm going to use his double pile-in ability.
Cool.
Okay, so he's going to get 5 attacks. So he'll be hitting on 2s.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, because of Titanic duel. So hitting.
And it's his birthday.
Well, yeah, and winning on 2s because it's his birthday. Yeah. Okay, so hitting on 2s. So that's 3 6s. So I'll get to put 3 back, and then he's going to be wounding on 2s. So that is 8 at Ren 2.
Okay, so 8 at Ren 1.
Then your finest hour, so that negates that.
Yeah, so we're 7 on 4s. So that is 1, 2, 3 that go through.
Okay, 6 damage each.
So that's 18 damage, which is enough.
Okay. Right, so I just realized that Durthu, because he activated the frozen kernel and he's within 3 inches here, he does get to pile in and fight here. So I'm just going to pile him in, and so he'll get to do his attacks again. So
Is that once per game?
Once per game, yeah. And I didn't do Titanic Duel against this guy, so he's going to be hitting on 3s this time. So he hits with all those, and he's got 2 6s. And then he's wounding on 2s. So he gets 4 saves at Ren 2 on this guy here.
Right, it's his finest hour, but
Yes.
yeah. And then -1 from the Ren, so that nullifies that. So we're saving on 1 goes through, so that's 6.
6 wounds, yeah.
And saving on 5s and 6s. So that is 3 saves, 2 mortal wounds back at you.
2 mortals,
go
yeah.
Through. So that is 4. So that's 16, and I think, yeah, that's enough to kill him too.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. Great Unclean One's gonna try and smash Alarielle with a Plague Flail. We're hitting on 3s here, so that is 3 hits. And we're looking for with wounded. We've got 7 wounds. So we're wounding on 3s. So that is 2 wounds at -1 rend.
Okay, so she's on 4s. So 1 save, 1 goes through.
All right, and that is a 2 damage.
Okay, so she's taken 4.
And the Plague Blade, that is hitting 3 times. And it is wounding on... oh, wait a minute. No, sorry, I should only fire 2 attacks on that, so it's hitting on 3s. So that hits once, and it wounds once at -2 rend.
Okay, so on 5s, she goes through.
Nice, so that is 3 damage.
Okay, so she's taken 7.
Okay, and then the Plague, or Nurglings, that is a complete miss. All right,
Over to me.
over to you.
Okay, I am going to go with the Dryads here. So I'll go with this big unit. So they're just going to do the usual thing here. So that's going to be 21 attacks. So 10, 15, 21. So -1 to hit. So because it's my turn, I'm hitting on 4s then. So I'll take away the misses. Okay, there's 1 6, so I put 1 back. And then wounding on 4s. So that is 5 at no rend.
All right.
To your plague bearers.
Yes, we'll save that on 4s. So that is 1, 2, 3 going through.
And then you're 5 up.
Yeah, discussing the resilience. 1 save there, so 2 more down. You and you.
And then your activation.
Yeah. I'll activate these plague bearers over here. I'm going to send 3 of them after Alarielle. And then the rest will go after, or excuse me, I'll send 3 after the sides, and the rest will go after Alarielle.
Sure.
So that is 2, 4, 5. And the champ. Alright, so into Alarielle. Looking for 4s. Nothing. And into the Scythe Hunters. That's 1. No wound.
Okay. I will do these guys here. So I'll just pile. This guy is actually closer to him, so he can't pile in that way. So I'll just get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into them.
All right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus a leader. So again, hitting you on 4s. And take away these ones. And then I've got 1 6. I put 1 back. And then wounding on 4s. So that is 5 at no rend.
All right, 5 at no rend. So that is 4 saves, 1 goes through, and 1 disgustingly resilient. No, that is going to kill another. I'll kill you.
And you're attacking the Alarielle.
Oh, sorry, that was from...
Yeah, no, that was from here.
Yeah, oh yeah, but there's one that can attack into the Grand Unclean one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
2-inch range.
Sure. Okay, he hits once and wounds once into the Great Unclean one.
I can't see it.
That's a 1.
Yep.
And then a 5 up.
Nope.
So just takes a wound. And then your activation, you've got just that unit?
Yeah. Those guys are going to attack into the Dryads, of course.
I think 1 will have to go into them.
I'll fire 2 into that one there.
Okay.
And then the rest will go into the other one.
Sure.
So that is 4 plus that. So into the ones on my right, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 3s. Dang it. That is 4 at no rend.
Okay, so on 5s. So they'll go through. So that's onto that.
Sorry, this one here.
Oh,
on the
okay.
right.
So that'll be on 4s actually with no rend. So then 2 will die.
And in the other batch, we hit once and we wound once.
Okay, saving on a 5. Nope. So 1 more dead. So then I'll go to the Scythe Hunters.
Yep.
So what I'll do is I'll make the larger dice the leader because he hits on 2s, and then the smaller dice will be the other guys, and I'm at -1 to hit.
Yes.
So then the larger dice will hit on 3s and the smaller dice will hit on 4s. Okay, so that'll be a miss, that'll be a miss, that'll be a miss, that'll be a miss, but the rest are hits, and I got 3 6s, so I put 3 back, and then I'll be wounding you on 3s. So that is 9 saves at rend 1, plus 1 mortal wound for the 6.
Okay. So that's 4s again because we nullify your rend. So that is 3 saves, and then 6 go through.
2 damage each.
Okay. So that was 12 and 13. Okay, so we've saved 5, 7, 8. That means 5 go through. So,
Wow, that was a good roll.
that's a pretty good roll. I can't kill that one. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Oops,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
4, 5.
Okay. And then I've just got Alarielle.
Yeah.
So she's got 4 attacks. She's taken 7 wounds, so she's doing 3 flat damage. She's going to put everything into this guy. So she's going to be hitting on 3s. So those all miss, but I got 1 6, so I put 1 back. And then she's wounding on 2s. So 2 saves at Ren 2, which goes to Ren 1 on this guy.
Yeah. 5s and 6s. Nope.
So 3 damage each, so 6 damage.
Yeah, and let's see if we get any 5s and 6s here. So that's 2 mortal wounds back at you.
Okay.
And then he takes 3.
And then I get my other attacks. So 4 of these, hitting on 4s, I think. 3s. So that's a miss, I got 1 6, I put 1 back, and then wounding on 4s. So 1 at no rend. Saved. Great. So then that's it.
Yep.
So battle shock. Oh, actually got it stomps with the. They're not within an inch, so that doesn't happen. So then battle shock. I've got the some dryads. So I lost 1 from this unit, bravery 6. So they're fine, and then I lost 2 from this unit. I rolled a 5, so I lose 1 more from this unit.
I lost 5 from the team fighting Alarielle. They are fine on bravery 10. And then I've lost 3 over there fighting those dryads. And they are fine with 8, which is less than 10.
Okay, so scoring, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I still control this one, and I completed my conquer, because there's a 2 each, so 6 plus 5 is 11. So control 1, control 2, control more, and then conquer is 5. And then I killed a monster for 6. And was that a predator?
They were, yeah, the Rodriguez was a predator.
Yeah, so that'll be 7 then. So that'll put me on 14.
Very nice.
So then we're rolling on turn 3.
Indeed we are.
6 and a 5. You can choose.
Okay, so I've decided to take the top of turn 3 here, so we're going to start off with that. You get to destroy one of these wonderful objectives because I've decided to go.
I will destroy this one over here.
A fine choice. So that one is no longer scoreable for our purposes, which means we're going on to the rest of the phase. My cycle of corruption has moved over to Plague of Misery, which is now reroll battle shock test rolls of 1 for enemy models, excluding any Nurgle units, which is great. That will also bring me to picking my battle tactic for this turn. I'm going to take Bring It Down on Alarielle because I'm feeling ambitious. And I'm also going to use my heroic action as an attempt to recover on my great Unclean one, which I'll roll for now. I've gotten below his bravery, so he gets a D3 healing, which is 1 healing point. And then because he's a great Unclean one, he also does a D3 healing as well. So he's healed back 2 wounds.
And I'll do the same with Alarielle. So she's going to try to heal. She gets under her bravery, so she gets D3 back for 2. So she has now taken 7 wounds.
Very nice.
And then magic, I guess.
Yeah, so the Great Unclean one's going to try casting Flaming Weapon onto his Bioblade. This will activate on a 5.
I will try to unbind with Alarielle. No, you get it.
All right, awesome. So he's got Flaming Weapon now. He's also going to try and cast Mystic Shield on himself. That'll activate on a 9.
All right, I'll try to unbind. 9, you got it.
All right, Mystic Shield as well as a Flaming Weapon on my Great Unclean one. Okay, that means we're going to move on to the movement phase. So we'll do that and we'll be right back.
Nice.
Okay, so we're back, basically rounding out the movement phase. I have spent a command point on my wonderful Great Unclean one for him to, Grandfather's Joy, which basically will give him an extra batch of attacks. And that's basically it, especially since my Skaven Plague Priest has failed to cast Heal on anybody. So, movement is all done, and now we're going on to shooting. I'm once again going to puke horrible, nasty, viscous goop upon Alarielle. So this is going to be a d6 shots.
I'll do all-out defense.
Go ahead. So this is hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. Nice. So those all hit. And less nice. Just 2 wounds at -2 rend.
Okay, so she's +1 to save, so 4s. Both go through.
Okay, just 1 damage apiece.
Oh, okay. Taking 9 wounds.
And that's all the shooting I've got. So we're going to go into combat, or charging.
Yep.
My plague bearers are going to try charging. We'll see how they do. So they've got 9. That might be enough to get those scythe hunters. Yeah, looks like we can get those. And that's all the charging that I'm going to do there. So we'll be right back in just a moment.
Yeah.
All right, so we are back. The charge phase is pretty much at the end. The Sloppity Bile Piper is going to pick, once again, a stabbing we will go. And that will bring us into the monstrous actions. So my Great Unclean one is going to pick Titanic Duel once again, as he continues his fight against Alarielle.
I'll do Titanic Duel back on you.
Oh, all right. Well then, let's throw some dice. I've got my Massive Bile Sword coming at Alarielle.
I'll spend a CP to all-out defense with her.
Sounds great. So that is 2 hits. And one wound at -2.
Okay, so she's saving on a 4. Saved.
Great. We're going to hit her with the Plague Flail. That hits twice. And wounds twice at -1 rend.
Okay, so she's saving on 3s. So 1 goes through.
Just a total of 2 damage on that.
Okay, so she's taken 11.
And then we got Nurgling Host. Nurglings hit once and fail to wound.
Okay. All right, I will go with the Sword Hunters, I think, over here. So
all right.
They will pile in, like so. And so I'm going to do the same thing. The big dice are going to be for the leader, and then the smaller dice are going to be for the other guys, and I'm -1 to hit. So the big dice hit on 3s, the other ones hit on 4s. So
Roll better, Andy.
that was pretty bad. Okay. And then I'm wounding you on 3s. Oh my god. Okay, 1 at rend 1 on the plague bearers there.
All right, so that's 4 plus. Nope.
2 damage.
Disgustingly resilient. Nope.
So 2 die.
Indeed. Can't kill that one. I'll kill those 2.
Over to you.
I'll have the plague bearers here attack back at Alarielle. All right, so they're hitting on 4s. That is 2 wounds at no rend.
Okay, so 2s then. So she takes 1. So she's taken 12 wounds. So I'll go with these Scythe Hunters. So again, the big dice will be the leader. And so the big dice will hit on 3s, the smaller dice will hit on 4s. Goodness. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. So 2 at rend 2 on these fellows here.
All right. So that's going to be 5s and 6s. That's 1.
Okay, so D3 damage for 1 damage.
And saved on Disgustingly Resilient.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll go after the dryads here.
Yep.
So I've got one that's going to attack the the batch on the left.
Yep.
And I've got 5 going after the ones on the right. So on the left, that's 1 hit and no wound. And on the right, that's more like it. Okay, so those are all hits, and looking for 3s. 4 at no rend.
Okay, so they're still in the +1 save bubble there, so they're going to be on 4s. So 2 go through. So I'll just take out these guys here. Okay, yeah, I may as well just do Alarielle.
Sure.
So she's Titanic Jewel, so she's hitting on 2s, and she's taken 12 wounds. So she's only doing 1 damage of her Great Antlers. So let's see what that does. So the 1 is a miss, but these are all hits, and then she's wounding on 2s. This is into him.
Yep.
And so 3 saves at Ren 2, which becomes Ren 1.
Plus I've got Mystic Shield on, so that will basically mean I'm saving on 4s. So that is 2 that go through.
So 1 damage each.
Okay,
And
5s
up.
and 6s for disgustingly resilient. No.
And then she gets her other attacks, which will be hitting on 2s. So that's a miss. And then wounding on 4s. 2 at no rend.
1 goes through.
And then you're disgusting resilient.
Yes, just 1 damage?
Yep.
All right.
Nope. Okay, here we go. Big roll again. 1 damage on a 6. Oh, so just one more damage
Just
on
1 more damage.
and then your activation.
I've got to activate the ones fighting the hunters over there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to double check to see if we're within 14 of the boss. I don't think we are. Nope, we're too far out. So that's just 4 attacks.
Okay.
Don't you have a triumph?
That's bloodthirsty. So those are all hits. And 1 wound on the Scythe Hunters.
Okay, so they're +1 to save right now, so saving on 3s. Saved.
Good stuff. Okay, I think that's all the fighting.
Oh, we just got to do these dryads.
Oh yeah, right, the dryads.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into them. So that'll be 12 attacks. Plus a leader. So -1 to hit. So these will be hitting on 5s. And that's not bad. Oops.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
6, so I'll put 1 back.
5.
And then winning on 4s. So that's a good roll as well. So that's 6 saves at no rend.
4 go through. And do I have any disgusting resilient on that? I save 1, so 3 die.
Okay, and then the other unit of dryads, again hit on 5s. That's not bad. 3 6s.
Yep.
And then wound on 4s. So another 5 saves at no rend for these guys.
All right. 2 go through.
And your 5 ups.
Yeah. 1. Okay.
At the end of the combat phase, I just get to stomp with these guys here. So 4s are mortal wounds. So 2 mortal wounds on that unit.
1 mortal wound goes. Okay.
And then Battle Shock, I lost 2 dryads here. I'm going to spend a CP to auto pass for them.
All right. I lost 2 from this squad over here. 2 plus 2 is fine. I lost 4 from that squad in the middle. They are also fine. And then the last squad lost 1. And that is also okay. We can just lose Plague Bearers all day, honestly.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the Plague Bearers.
You're basically just rolling that to try and get them back, right?
Exactly.
And then your battle tactic was bring it down.
Which has failed.
Failed, and you score
Nothing.
Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you're not going to be able to get that one.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So we'll go into Sylvaneth Turn 3. Okay, so heading into Sylvaneth Turn 3, I'm going to do aggressive expansion. So the idea is to control these 2 objectives here. And then for my heroic action, I'm going to try to roll for a CP. I'm actually going to roll for Durthu. And he doesn't get it. Rob, you can...
Yes, I'm going to try heroic recovery on my
Yeah.
Yeah, that beats his bravery, and he gets back a mighty 3 wounds.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Respectable.
Yeah. So I'll spend my 1 CP for the +1 to save bubble, again, coming from the Tree Lord Ancient. And then I'm going to go into magic. So Alarielle is going to try to cast Throne of Vines. And that goes off on a 7.
I shut it down on a 9.
All right. She'll try to cast her damage dealing spell. Goes up on a 7. She rolls a 10.
I got a 9.
Okay. So she's putting that on this guy. So 10 dice and 3 is mortal wounds. So that is going to be 6 mortal wounds on the big guy.
So that is 3 saves. 3 go through. But I just need to double check to see if I am dealing out damage with those 3 6s. Because it may be in combat only. Yeah, it's only in the combat phase.
Okay,
Which is a shame.
All right, and then Alarielle will cast Mystic Shield. We'll try to. On a 7, goes off.
Yep, I have nothing else that can dispel, unfortunately.
Okay, all right, so she's got Mystic Shield, and then the Tree Lord Ancient can do Arcane Bolt. And that goes off on a 5. So we've got Arcane Bolt on him. And then healing, so Alarielle can heal 2d6. So she heals 5. So right now she's taken 12. So now she's taken 7. And then she's going to heal this this guy here, D3, for 2. So he's healed. And then we're going to go into movement. All right, so I've done all my movement. I just pretty much just moved these tree lords up. So then we're going to go into the shooting phase. So Alarielle is going to try to shoot the big guy. So she's going to hit on 2s and wound on 2s. So wounds, Ren 2.
All right.
Mystic Shield.
Yeah. Yep, we're okay.
Okay, all right. And then Durthu is going to shoot into these guys right here. So he's got his 6 attacks, -1 to hit.
Yep.
So hitting on 5s. So miss, 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 but 2 6s, I put 2 back, and then winning on 3s. So that is 3 saves at rend 1 for the Plague Bearers here.
Save 2.
So D3 damage for 3 damage on them. 5 up save. Oh,
Laughing off.
okay.
Good job, Plague Bearers.
All right, and then the Ancient's going to shoot them as well. Hits and wounds. That's rend 1 on them.
Miss.
Okay, and that's D6 damage for 2 damage.
1 damage.
Okay. All right, so then charges, I'll just roll those quickly. So Durthu is going to charge in. He gets a 12.
Ooh.
He might actually go
Straight on through.
Straight
the
on.
other side.
Yeah, so he can go 6 to here, and then another 6 to there. Is that good?
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to be here, and then the Ancient gets a 7, so he's just going to be in here.
Crash.
So end of the charge phase, I'll roll to see if you guys take damage from the woods on a 4. They don't. And then monstrous actions. So Alarielle will do Titanic Duel on him.
I will also do Titanic Duel.
Okay. And then Durthu is going to stomp these guys. He does, and he does D3 for 1 mortal wound on them.
Sure does.
And then there's no more monstrous actions. I can roll. I'll roll them. Yeah, they're rolled.
All right.
Okay. So let's do Alarielle first. She has 4 attacks. Everything obviously into him. So she's going to be hitting on 2s. Everything hits, and then wounding on 2s. So 4 saves at Ren 2.
Okay. So we're going to be saving that on 4s. 3 saves.
So 1 goes through, so that's 3 damage.
Okay, and disgustingly resilient.
Wow.
Save 2, so 1 goes through, and then 2 come back at you.
Okay, so she's taken 9. And then she gets her upper attacks, so hitting on 2s. So 2 6s, so she puts 2 back, and then wounding on 4s. So that is going to be 3 at no rend on him.
1 save, 2 go through.
So 1 damage each for your disgusting resilient.
I do. 1 save, 1 goes through.
Okay, and then I get to roll my. So he has 1 wound, 1 wound left.
Sure does.
Okay, on a 6. No. Okay, so he's alive.
Still ticking.
So your activation.
No, he's got to fight you back. He knows he's been in a fight. So he's at that level. So he's got. Let's see. So he's got 2 attacks there, 3 attacks there. So Biosword coming at you. Hits twice with that, and he's going to be wounding on 3s. Yes, 1 wound at -2 rend.
Okay, so she's got Mystic Shield, and she's getting the +1 save bubble from the Cone of Hunters, so she's back to 3s. Saved.
Great. Plague Flail hits once and fails to wound, and Nurglings. Nurglings hit once and fail to wound.
Okay. I'll do Spirit of Durthu. So he's wholly within 8 of this wood. So he's going to put his Guardian Sword into these guys.
All right.
And then his upper attack into that guy.
Sure.
So the
Guardian Sword have the reach.
it's a 3-inch reach.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's been 10-4.
-1 to hit though, so he's hitting on 4s. So just 1 hit, but it's a 6. So I get to put 1 back, and then he's wounding on 3s. So 2 saves at Ren 2 for these guys.
All right. So those both go through.
So
5 and 6.
12 damage.
Oh, 12 damage. Well, I'll just throw some extra dice in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 die. And that's the unit.
Okay. And then I'll just do that 1 attack on that one guy. So hitting on a 4, missed. So back over to you.
Okay. I'll have my plague bearers over there attack Alarielle. Go on and get her. That's 3 hits. And 1 wound.
Okay, so on a 2, she takes it. So she's taken 10 wounds. So I'll do these guys. So I think with a 3-inch pile in, this guy can get to here, and then this guy can get to here. So big dice, Little dice, -1 to hit. So big dice hit on 3s. And the others hit on 4s. So that's miss, 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 miss. That -1 to hit is huge. Yeah. 3s. 2 at rand 1.
1 goes through.
2 damage each.
Nope. Okay, I've got a plague bearer that's going to fight some dryads.
Okay.
He hits twice. He wounds twice.
All right. On 5s. So 2 die.
All right.
And can I get one guy in on Glotkin? Oh, this guy, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll pile in this way.
2-inch reach.
2-inch reach. So, 2 attacks there. 1 hits. And wounds on a 4. Wounds, no rend.
Wounds with no rend.
Save.
It's a save.
All right, back over to you. I think you're
No, I'm done.
Okay, so I'll just do these 3 dryads
Did
here.
that plague bear go?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll do the 3 dryads. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and there's a leader there. So on -1 to hit, so 5. So
Yeah,
nothing. And that's it for me. So battle shock. I lost 2 dryads. So and I roll a 6. So 6 plus 2 is 8. So 2 more run.
Ooh.
And
For my plague bearers, checking my 1 biting Alarielle, he actually gets a d6 back. He gets 1 whole 1 back. Nice work. I brought a buddy back. Guy fighting Dirthu. Nope, he's fine too.
okay. So scoring. So I get my aggressive expansion for 2 points. I control 1, control 2, control more. So that's 5. And I think that's it. Oh, and actually, so aggressive expansion. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so 5 more. So that puts me up to 21. Sorry, 5, 19. 19 points. Yeah, so we're just going to do the roll off for turn 4. 5 and a 6 again.
Well, I kind of have to take momentum here, so I will take the turn.
Be right back.
All right, so I'm going to take the turn, but unfortunately there's no way that I'm going to be able to catch up with the lead that Andy's built over the last turn. So at this point, I'm pretty much going to call it a game. So well played, Andy. Nicely done.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
Hey, anytime.
That's the fist bump.
Oh.
Cool. Well,
All right, well, hey, thank you very much for watching the Saga of Dice Battle Report. If you liked what you saw, please hit the bell to see more future battle reports when we post them. In the meantime, hit a like button and tell your friends. Leave a comment below on how we did today. And we'll see you next time for another Saga of Dice Battle Report.